Ross's Flaccid Package.
Yeah.
Musical episode part 11. Goodness.
No.
JK.
No. We're musicaled out at the moment.
Yeah, we just exhausted, and
yeah.
we shout out to us trying to get back on in the mix of things on TikTokskin, and
people show us love on TikTok. I don't know, man.
Yeah, we're just old as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, but there's just
If
one.
you guys want to see us on that there TikTok, we will just to make it happen for you.
Yeah, but like somebody messaged us on there actually. We're gonna leave this in the intro.
Welcome to the Dead Mom Club.
Well, Mom dead.
It's super exclusive.
Yay.
Yeah, so we don't know how any of this is gonna go.
Yeah. What are we doing?
She, I guess to fill the viewers in, her Jessa was mad at us about something. I don't even really know what it is.
Right.
She said, y'all, I had so much fun. There's a guy with long red hair. He loves black girls. LOL. I met him. I had on a Braves hat. I had told him about hearing my Gmaw cuss for the first time. Quote, damn it, Bobby Cox, end quote. He was the coach for the Braves way, way back when Chipper Jones was killing it. Fuck, I'm old. Anyways, I told y'all I recognize both you bearded guys, and y'all didn't say shit, or I missed the entire thing about y'alls being the ones who host DMC.
Hell yeah.
That's the Dead Mom Club, guys.
Yeah.
That's so mean. Y'all know you have to have me on for a podcast with the dude who loves black girls. That's it.
Hello?
Hey, it's Corey and Justin from the Dead Mom Club. We got your phone number off of TikTok.
How are you?
Goodness.
I'm in Alaska. What are you guys doing?
Alaska.
You in Alaska?
You guys are badass. And I'm not going to lie. I can't be associated with that fella. He probably doesn't even remember me. He had that shirt on. He has a shirt that says
Hold on just a second.
Wait, yeah, hold on. Let's clarify what we're doing here with her.
So you're saying that you cannot be associated.
Well, Mom dead.
Well, okay, so all right. So then, and you also know Ross? Is that?
Do you know who I know? Okay,
Who?
I met your friend. He has long red hair, and he wears it. He was buying a shirt, or he was at the mall, and it said something like,
I love black
"I love
girls.
Black women." Yes, and he was badass. And
Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out and stainless steel. Go hard, getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart that I make a motherfucker wonder if we did.
I got your number now, so I'm going to text you when I get to my hotel.
Do that. Yeah, please do that.
Okay, you guys, bye.
All right.
Bye.
Awesome.
See ya.
Nice.
I don't know how to. Well, we didn't get to the bottom of shit.
Why are you listening to DMC? You're only 6.
Unless you have really dope parents.
Yeah. Dope parents. Hey, my parents are dope.
No, they're
just really
stupid.
They're literally just pot plants sitting in a chair. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
No, they're just vegetables, like because that's what people used to call it when you just be a silly
Yeah.
Oh, he's dopey.
Yeah.
You know, because that Lil Eric had something. I mean,
Yeah.
we can all agree.
The Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Dopey was like, buddy.
He was severely on the spectrum.
Was he on the? Was he dopey?
That Lil Eric
or was he doping?
That Lil Eric fell off the spectrum. Boy. Like
he hit every ladder or every rung on the
Eric
ladder.
Was just drooling and smiling while a bitch was asleep. Goodness. And Doc, you ain't off the hook either, Lil Eric. No, you got a fucking college degree and your stupid ass living with 6 of your brothers.
Hell yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, boy.
Like, just because they short, they all have to be really unsuccessful.
Yeah, dude, they was making shoes and shit. Or something.
Well, I will say this. They were hard workers, I think. But they just couldn't figure it out. Like, I don't know if they didn't have degrees or if they, like...
Perhaps, just because of the time period.
Yeah.
Perhaps they were there against their will.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait,
Yeah.
was it
Think about
originally
it.
called Snow White and the Seven Slaves?
Well, it was originally called something worse.
Oh,
but you can't use that word
no.
anymore.
So White and the Seven Lil
Lil
Erics.
Erics, yeah. It's all an allegory. I'm on my Bobby Sutton shit right now, dude. It's all a fucking allegory. No, listen, you're laughing. Listen.
Yeah.
It's an allegory about racism because at the time, they knew that if they put 7 black cartoon characters,
Yeah.
they weren't going to allow it on the movie screen, so they
Yeah.
made them white.
That's right.
But what they did was they consulted. It's all on. You can find all this on YouTube.
I get
They consulted with former slave owners. They asked them which one was their favorite.
Yeah.
And the slave owner just had a nickname for each and every one
That's
of
right.
them. There's Dopey. There's Sleepy. Now nobody really liked him that much.
Yeah.
He was more used for breeding purposes.
There was Fucky.
There was Fucky, and him didn't make the final cut. You know.
No, dude. He never showed up. He was too busy doing other stuff.
Yeah, but he was in the Rule 34 version. So that
well,
shit.
yeah, dude. Who isn't?
That shit slap.
You know what?
So-
I was thinking about this the other day.
Well, hold on now.
Yeah, go ahead.
We gotta because now I gotta look at the list.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So now keep in mind,
Yeah.
none of this is funny because this is all talking about former slaves.
Oh yeah.
You know.
That's right. That's right.
But
Donkey.
so you had Sleepy. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at you.
Yeah.
All right. So you had Sleepy.
Uh-huh.
That's probably we both said probably just not the best of ones.
We've
to
always
have.
met. Yeah.
Happy, Happy was probably rare. Bashful, goodness, Bashful just didn't know how to talk.
No. Well, he probably knew. He just didn't want to let it out.
There's Dopey, who's the only one that he also is the only one that has ears.
Yeah.
I'm not playing.
Hey, excuse me. Let me see.
Hold on a second. There's Sneezy. Him was just allergic to the fields.
Damn, dude, that sucks, dude. Imagine your name is Sneezy. Like, that's your whole personality.
Yep. And then there's Grumpy. We all know Grumpy. We've all known a grumpy slave a time or two.
Oh, goodness.
And then Doc. You know, goodness.
Yeah. I can't leave that in. No. Okay.
As you were, sir.
I don't even know what to do.
How'd that song go?
It's like Hickory Dickory Dock. Lil Eric was sucking my cock. No.
Oh, you better not say that. Goodness, we'll have to take the episode down. Good gracious.
Oh.
Real missing episode action.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh man. Dude, haven't even talked about the super exciting
The Snake Emporium.
the Pet Expo.
The Pet Expo. So the Pet Expo. Okay, so I need to tell you a little bit about the whole thing. So, you know, I've just been having less and less animals at my house, and it's because of this snake that I found. And so that's why we've been recording back here.
Yeah.
And I just have been on the black market looking at stuff on how to sell exotic pets.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but like my dumb ass, I just Googled exotic pets, and that thing came up. So basically what I'm saying is, like, I've been tried to take a snake there and sell it, but nobody was buying. And I gave a little Eric outside. You know, I let him fucking hit the vape a couple times, but he'll come recruit us. And you know, and he did.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of inbreeding that goes on in the snake world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's also a lot of inbreeding going on in the customer base as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but like all of them were conjoined by some body part.
They were all from Florida.
Yeah, and they were all white.
Ooh. Yeah, jixed means.
Yeah, if you guys want to really, if black people, if you ever want to get on to white folks, just to go out there and holler at everybody at the exotic pet expo. Goodness.
It's a conundrum because they damn sure ain't going out there.
Nah, dude, not with them snakes.
Yeah, dude. I know you were just not feeling it.
No. So the snake I had on me
Yeah.
cannot be around other snakes.
Oh, okay.
That's all that shit was.
I got you.
Yeah, I wasn't scared of the snakes.
Oh.
My guy. What the fuck?
Oh.
Dude, I eat snakes for dinner.
Well, as I was contractually obligated to do, I did hold one snake. Well, two.
I was about to say, because you been forgot about us in the parking lot, baby.
Yeah, dude.
Good.
Well, three. But one on camera. You'll see that here, skin whatever. I wasn't scared at all because that was a what was it? A carpet something.
Carpet muncher.
Yeah, it was a rare evil carpet muncher, and they told that first lady we ever met.
Straight up told us that them bitches was they bite and that they're
She
mean
was
skin.
just mean mugging. Like she was like, that snake down there is fucking mean.
Yeah,
We were like,
dude.
well, we
I don't
gotta
know.
see it now.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all did to that chick, but she was not feeling y'all at all. She was
Yeah.
like actively making sure that we did not buy from you.
That's right.
And so that I mean,
We were like we
as
go down
journalists do, we just went to ask why.
there. Yeah, and we got pretty deep into that storyline too.
Yeah.
Like all the way to the finish, which really wasn't that exciting. But
No, it's
We
a
tried.
banger if you love snakes.
yeah, if you guys love snakes, this one is better than Do a Little Hiss.
Yeah.
And it's better than every reference we ever had to like just being a little snake.
We been snakes.
Yeah, so we blended in. And we also saw other things that snakes eat there, and like bugs.
Dude, they had invisible bugs. You remember them bitches? Goodness.
Yeah.
I was shaking that cup, and I just saw all the shit moving, but it wasn't no bugs in there. Good
Mhm.
gracious. And then that one bitch was like, no, look.
Yeah.
And
she
just
goes,
dug him out.
Sorry, I just been around bugs my whole life. I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I was like, bitch, you eat those.
Dude, they had cockroaches and shit. And I was like, I was trying to
did.
tell her, I was like, these don't look like my cockroaches. And she was like, that's because they're from Florida. So if Florida's got those kind of cockroaches, goodness gracious.
Buddy, they look like little dinosaurs. I didn't like it.
They did. And I'm trying to remember. They had some dogs there for whatever reason.
Yeah.
They had a Lil Eric that had.
They were exotic because they were so expensive.
They had a Lil Eric there that had a 3D printer that just made him some herns.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that guy was nice.
Yeah,
Shout out to that dude.
yeah.
He was cool. But
And they also said they was going to make us some 3D printed draws.
yeah, they did. They did. They said
We
they
never
could.
got them.
They were like very much like, oh, we can do that.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. We haven't done it
they
before,
were-
but we can.
We were waiting on somebody to ask that wasn't our wives. 'Cause
yeah.
they're not gonna be the first to test them out, But like, if you guys want them, anyway, it was pretty
Well,
cool.
And we both told him, we were like, well, little, maybe an extra large waist size, but like a medium in the groin area. You know?
Yeah,
So we'll see how it comes out. I mean,
medium is pretty. Yeah.
you know. Make sure you guys are there. It's equipped for nothing but nuts.
Dude, that's hard.
That was my favorite play in basketball. Was
Yeah.
nothing but nuts.
Yeah, NBN.
Guy goes up for it, and you just fucking cock him one in the nuts.
And then the NBA Jam guy's like, nothing but nuts.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. I remember that.
Yeah.
Warning, the following topics discussed might be very disturbing to some viewers. These topics involve sexual abuse and incest. This was a natural conversation that happened, and we decided to leave it in. It was very difficult, but we talked openly as friends. This is not a bit, but this needs to be shared.
Yeah.
What do you feel about Dan Schneider? Because
I've been thinking about that.
okay. It was me
was-
that put that on our page. Goodness.
Yeah.
But just because I just felt like maybe everybody could just tell him how much of a piece of shit he is.
Yeah. So back in the day, even when, even back in the day, watching shows like iCarly and what was the other ones that were pretty He did a
Drake
lot.
and Josh.
Not so much that one, but definitely as it got into the teenage girls with the iCarly Victorious, and then Sam and Cat back to back. I literally was like, maybe I was growing up with it, so me and Allison used to watch it together, just casually. Like I'd come over and we would put it on and like, but like, even then I was like, this shit's creepy, dude. Like, because I was grown enough to know that this one dude that's in all these shows that used to be in, he used to impose himself into the shows. Like, what was it?
Well, he was Ed's boss in the Good Burger movie.
Yeah, but he was also in. Did he do all that?
He was part of
all that.
Part of it, yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it didn't shock me at all, dude. Like, I was connecting those dots back. That's just me. I'm not saying I'm a genius, but like, dude, he was creepy as fuck. Like,
yeah, man.
Not just because he worked with kids, but like, I don't know, man. The way he made Ariana Grande look as a teen girl.
Now,
like,
and see, that's because for the longest time when I was watching the whole thing, I was like, well, is it really like sexualization of like, because they were talking about the early stuff, like on all that with them dumping like chocolate syrup all over them. And I was like, but also as a kid, like that's kind of, you wanted to be slimed. Like they were all about making messes on TV. And so I was kind of like just brushing it off a little bit.
They had a lot of bits where they were in a bathtub or something, but they usually had clothes on and
right,
shit.
But my thing though is like maybe now this is when I first just started the series. Maybe it's not so much that it was sexualized then, but those kids grew up and they were like, I used to just want to be covered in chocolate syrup.
Yeah.
And like, so now it is sexualized on like OnlyFans or whatever.
Yeah.
But then whenever you go back and you watch like shit that was coming out just 5 or 6 years ago, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, like the slime thing too,
I wanted to be slimed.
But like, Dan Schneider also wanted to slime those girls. Like, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, man, go back and watch that shit because there's shit that I, like, once I grew out of Nickelodeon, I didn't watch any of it. And so there was shit, and I was like, whoa. And they're just showing receipts, boy.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was crazy. So,
Is he, where's he at now?
He's on, I'll fucking say it, he's on that Donald Trump shit where he's like, I didn't tell them to do anything. I'm not responsible for what blah blah did. But like,
does he have charges? Is he facing anything? Is it?
Well, no, because from my understanding, he didn't really do anything. He did shit that was creepy. Now, and allegedly he was like abusive to the female workers there, or the female writers.
Like the Charles Manson of pedophiles.
Possibly, because
dude.
And what I want to know is like, I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think somebody ought to beat that ass, but maybe Batman should exist, or Dexter.
I mean, it's like we've had this talk several times, and I guess we can have it now. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, for somebody who also, as someone who was also a victim of sexual abuse as a child, like, your mind just turns you just turn off, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, like, there are years that I can only tell you what happened if I, like, what year it was based on, like, was I watching wrestling by then? Because that was kind of my outlet, was just watching TV.
Yeah.
But, I've been asked my therapist, like, now that all this shit's been unraveled about me and direct members of my family and people not members of my family, what happens when I see those people again?
Yeah.
And, like, what am I, and I mean, I'll just say it. I had a next door neighbor who fucking molested me as a kid, and his name was Andrew Woodham, and he still lives around here. But so I just wonder sometimes, like, what's gonna happen if I just run into him?
Yeah.
And if my whole thing has always been like when we were talking about me speaking mental health skin on Selah, and the abuse that was going on out there. somebody has to.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way now that I feel about this. So kudos to Drake Bell, you know.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, he's done some shitty stuff.
I was going to say he had some not so great stuff, but I don't really know what it was, and I don't think it was I think it was underage dating or something like that. Like
I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not either.
What
So if it was bad, we didn't say it wasn't bad. We just don't know.
No, but
like
at the same time, it helps you understand because statistically, that shit, you know, is just likely to happen again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for those of us who can break the cycle and can fucking seek help for it, and you know,
it's huge.
Yeah. So like, my whole thing is fuck Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
Because and fuck everybody that knew what was going on in my
didn't say
situation
anything.
and never did anything. So and so like,
Yeah.
I don't really care, you know. I don't know any of them Lil Erics from Nickelodeon, but like, if you knew and didn't say anything, like that's on you too, dude. Like I'm just being just being real.
Yeah.
And you know.
Yeah.
So it's a good watch though. And if you guys really want to just let Dan Schneider have it, I mean, you can tag him on our post and just tell him how much of a big piece of shit you think he is.
Yeah.
But no, he came back and he fucking like had this goatee and shit, and like had lost a bunch of weight, and he was all talking about how like he didn't ever feel like anything was inappropriate. You know, he gave the corporate answer.
Yeah.
And so I mean, what do you do? You know?
Yeah. So I think, like I said, I was being serious when I said that somebody might take care of it. But if not, I think that there's probably shit being done behind the scenes that we don't even know about, as far as like legally.
Well, you know what is really weird, and this is for our conspiracy theorist viewers out there.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you had the Vince McMahon sex scandal or whatever, the sexual assault and rape allegations that he had, and human trafficking. You know who also has that and is good friends with Vince McMahon? Donald Trump. And so, like, you know, it just makes you wonder, like, if there really is, like, you know, if there is just a whole other fucking upper echelon of people that all are kind of into the same shit. They all help each other get successful, and they're like, well, now we just can't tell the other one's secrets because we'll lose our billions, you know?
Yeah, and I know this is like that QAnon type shit, but like not everything that like okay, I will just say this. I'm not a QAnon person. I'm not a fan of Alex Jones. I used to be back in the day, a long ass time ago. But like Alex Jones, I know, big oof. Yeah. But this was way before anybody even knew who he was. He was just, I would say, like, certain people predict certain things. They also say a lot of shit that's wrong. But, like, a lot of the shit that deals with that has not been wrong. And I don't know what the fuck it's about. I mean,
well, and this
crazy.
is something that I think is dangerous. Now, before that,
again, I'm not endorsing Alex Jones.
Buddy, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Do we have a charger for this? I'm just about to die over here. It's a USB-C charger.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I had never heard of cheese pizza being a thing of like a term, I should say.
Yeah.
And until Alex Jones, and now it seems like that's a term.
Yeah.
You know, so it could have been this whole time, or it could just be one now because we made it one. You know.
Yeah. I know it's big on for a long time there. I got entertainment out of watching. I've talked about this on the pod before, but I got entertainment out of watching like dudes that spend their whole life they make money on YouTube by catching predators across the country.
Yeah.
And like that shit's entertaining as fuck. And
we been said that we would probably do it one day. So
I like
you guys think little pranks at the Paraconomicon.
I'll shout out this dude named Alex Rosen. He's fucking amazing. Like he's saved countless kids. There's no telling how many.
Yeah.
And it's just they're fucking heroes. Like, I don't really talk about it because it's like, you're into what? You like videos about what? But I'm like, dude, they're catching fucking real creeps. Like, I love that shit. Fuck you talking about it. And some of them are repeat offenders for like the third time, still trying to meet a child and shit. And like, you know, The one where we're serious.
Well, let's just go all into it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Fuck it. Goodness. Very special episode here, guys.
Yeah.
Not a lot of laughs on this back half,
Yeah. I'm going to put a little warning before this whole section that says what we're about to get into, so.
Yeah, like well in advance,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I'm going to put a little disclaimer that says, all right, the funny shit's over. We're getting into some serious shit now, which we don't really do often. And I think that it's okay to do.
Well, there's a certain extent, especially the people that meet us or know us or whatever, that think that we're the Dead Mom Club all the time.
Yeah.
And we're not.
Yeah.
And outside of that, even though we do go by our real names on stage, like those characters have different lives than what we do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, with all that being said, there's just about the same time that Justin's dad died. It was within, dude. It had to. I can't even remember now the exact timeline, but it felt like it was
within a week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a call from. I have a mental health skin. I have a real in life, real brother and biological brother. I should have just said the whole time. That I don't really have anything to do with because he's just not a good person, and he's just got a lot of demons that he will not ever try to overcome. But he called and he was telling me something about, like you need to know the truth as to why like our mom did what she did, and the truth about your dad and blah 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 snob. And so I'm at Justin's house as this is going on, and we were just having the time of our life. We were like editing a pod or something.
We were,
and we were just laughing hysterically, and and I get that phone call, and he starts telling me these things about my dad used to kind of pimp him around the neighborhood and shit. And he was like, and I was kind of blowing it off at first because I thought he was high, and he was like, and I asked him that, and he said no, and then he was like, but he did this thing where he would microwave, and before he even said it, I said cheese crackers, and he went yes, and as soon as I said that shit, everything opened up, and like, I'm talking, buddy, like everything, and then I just realized that like. I really do think a lot of the people in my life I think a lot of my family members knew. It's no secret I'm the black sheep of the Bigbies,
Yeah.
Like, but I think a lot of people knew and tried to, do what they thought was the best that they could do during a time when that shit was happening, but nobody was fucking talking about it.
Yeah.
But ever since that happened, like, it's not been all great over this way. I mean, it's but it just needs to be talked about. I mean, fuck, like,
yeah.
It's not normal if anybody ever does these things to you or did these things to you when you were underage.
Yeah.
And there's no way around that for real. Like, and if that, that includes some people that we're really good friends with, but it is what it is. I mean,
yeah.
I just, I don't know, buddy. Like, I don't know if I ever see that dude, like, what the outcome is going to be. Because the whole thing boiled down to, I guess let me draw the dot, connect the dots here, is that my dad was fooling around with that neighbor. And the neighbor was 17, 18, and, like, I was 7 and 8. And, like, up until I was about 10 or 11, because, like, dude, I stopped taking care of myself. Like, I when I first became diabetic, like, I was doing fine. And then for 2 or 3 years out of my childhood, like, I was just always in the hospital.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was intentional or if that was, like, what that was, like.
Yeah.
If
Get
I felt
the fuck
safe
away
there.
from that. Yeah.
Yeah, because the Lil Eric lived next door. I mean,
Yeah.
it was nothing like, you could just fucking, oh, I'm not going to go down that road anymore. Like, I'm not going to ride my bike by that house anymore. Like, nah, dude. Like, and what's fucking really trippy is that I remember this shit, dude. Like, you remember Quail Man off of Doug?
Yeah.
And he did the whistle or whatever. Yeah, so that guy used to do that shit. That would be his call. to like in the yard for me to come to the fence and talk to him.
And ruined for me now.
Yeah, no, like it's just kind of coming back as I'm talking
Sorry,
about
I
it.
didn't mean to. Yeah,
but like, you know, there's so much, man, that I just like. I always thought it was my fault. I always thought it was like on me. Like I just made bad decisions.
Yeah.
But like, and then I look at like having a kid myself, and I look at, you know, the age of your kids, and I'm like, dude, they wouldn't know what the fuck to do in that situation.
No.
And so like, there's no way that I would ever like. Why should I hold myself accountable for that? And so like, you know, we kind of. We're working through it, goodness.
Yeah.
And shout out to everybody who's been allowing me to work through it. You know, the people that are in my life.
Yeah.
Personally. And if any of my family watch the pod, my bad.